Welcome to the City Report. I am your host, David Combs here, and we've got Boys for Life here, Tony Kennedy,
Yep,
my partner in crime. How's it going, boss?
it's good, baby. It's good. Just getting ready
It's
for this
good.
big one.
Got a
Yep.
big one in Dallas. Yeah, you got a big one in New York tonight for Dallas. Let's talk about who everyone's talking about across the league right now. Uh, Washington rookie quarterback Jaden Daniels. Hey, man, this kid is pretty good. I mean, we're used to seeing a lot of rookie quarterbacks come in the league and struggle, and he actually looks like he gets it. Uh, Talk to me about what you think about Jaden Daniels so far. Uh, great, great work from him, and I like the way he's playing football.
Well, you can you hear me, Dave?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. What I think about Jaden Daniels is, I mean, he was number 2 pick for a reason. He's poised. Uh, he still has to wait for that line to improve. Um, but right now, I mean, he's doing well. Cincinnati was down. They gave him a lot of zero coverage, a lot of man-to-man coverage. So he going to shred you on those type of things. But like I keep telling everyone, pump the brakes. They said he's a superstar. He's not a superstar. There's only about 3 quarterbacks that are superstars. Is he good? Yes, but he's not a superstar because see what happens is everyone wants to build you up, build you up, build you up, build you up, and then if the team start losing because of talent, defense, whatever, then they try to blame the quarterback. No, give this guy needs time to keep developing. Does he have the tools? Yes. Does he have the potential? Hell yeah. I mean, he can run it, probably get an A in running and an A in throwing. But you still, these defensive coordinators are pretty good in this league. So now that you've shown what you can do, Cliff Kingsbury, they're going to do what they're going to do. And I don't want the pressure to be put on this kid to have to play a game like that every game. That is not going to happen. So let's get back onto the realism. And my saying is, there's no Super Bowls in September.
Hmm. Well, thank goodness for some of these teams out here. Now, what I think that people miss on Jaden Daniels, at least they missed it in the pre-draft run-up, his accuracy for a rookie quarterback, and I'm not just talking about this one game, where he completed, what was his passing percentage? He like 80% of his passes, something like that. It's one of the highest ever,
Yeah,
for a rookie. Yeah,
yeah, 20 attempts. He beat Dak Prescott's record.
yeah, he beat Dak Prescott's record. But look at what Dak Prescott had his rookie year. He was handing the ball off to Zeke Elliott, and Zeke Elliott had one of his best seasons in his career his rookie year. I mean, he
Hmm.
was, and the Cowboy line was a lot better. Jaden Daniels is able to do this behind a Washington Commanders line that just doesn't compare, to what Dak Prescott had. It just doesn't.
No.
But he's extremely accurate, and if you're going to be that accurate, it makes it really tough on coverage. You know, uh, I like the way he's poised, like you said, but that accuracy, man, I think the accuracy might be even better than his legs, and that's what all you heard about was how great he is with his legs, how he can hurt a team, and he seems to know when to run, and when it's time to just tuck it, get out of the pocket, get 5 yards, and get on the ground.
Yeah, yeah. But that comes with time. That comes with
Hmm.
reps, Dave, and
Hmm.
that just comes with just week to week. That's why I said,
Hmm.
don't get too high, don't get too low. Let's kind of keep it even here and let the rookie develop. Don't do that to this rookie. Let's not get too crazy because the
I don't.
crazier you get, the higher they put you, the bigger the fall.
And let's talk about the elephant in the room then. Uh, RG3, Robert Griffin III, was here, and he took this town by storm. He took the league by storm, and had everybody talking, right, his rookie season. What Jaden Daniels is doing, and we're only 3 weeks in of the season, he isn't at that level yet as far as the hype train, right? As far as the media coverage, everyone getting excited about him outside of DC. We're not going to see what that RG3 impact was. We're not going to see that again. It was amazing in town. But Jaden Daniels, compare and contrast that for us, Tony.
Well, yeah, you're never going to get what you got from RG3 that year. I mean, it was just a craziness. Um, that was the last great time that you saw that franchise just come together. It was just crazy. I mean, the guy had #1 jersey sales. He was just like, just like they were calling him Black Jesus. It was just everything that was around that was just crazy. It was the first year Nike came in and they had the jerseys. That never happened again. But
Mm-hmm.
what I think is different here is that you're going to get a more longevity, I should say, with this guy because I think he's going to have a better supporting cast around him as far as ownership, management, coaching,
Mm-hmm.
and just a different perspective on not repeating what happened again. Now, oddly enough, it was 12 years ago. They had to play the Ravens. They had to play the AFC North. Um, kind of some similarities here. The Redskins had been struggling the years before, and he got there. So, can he run off 7 straight games? Can they go 10-6 or win 10 double digits games like RG3 and them did? Well, who knows? I mean, you just don't know. But I think, there's when you have a good quarterback and you can keep developing them. The Redskins line is young, but their left tackle played very well last week. So when you get those kind of things there, those things will equal up. But the key thing for the Redskins is running that ball and keeping their defense off that field. Because
Mm-hmm.
their defense, to me, is not really that great. Now, they will be, but there's a lot of factors there. But that RG3 thing will never happen again, so don't look for it.
If Washington is able to control the football, whether it be through the running game or through the short passing game, and continue to put up some points, that's got to take a lot of pressure off of that defense to where they don't have to be perfect.
Yeah. Yeah, I
You
can hear
got
you
the
a little bit
car,
better.
huh? What shop you at, Tony?
Huh?
What shop are you at?
Oh, I'm at the Davidoff in Annapolis. I have a business
Oh, not
meeting with
okay.
my business partner here, and we're just talking over because we got another big meeting tomorrow night for the Virginia Tech Miami game. So,
Ah,
I'm trying to
okay.
work in all the other stuff that we got to work in from the RX Sports side and TD report. So, yeah, man, and just getting ready for this Cowboy game to come on.
Well, you did the say you gave us a segue there, Tony. Judgment Day in New York City, man. Big game here for Dallas. Dallas sits at what are they 1-2 right now, right?
Mm-hmm.
And the Giants sit at 1-2. They're right there in the basement in the NFC East.
Mm-hmm.
This will be both of these teams. This will be the Giants' second division game. This will be Dallas's division game opener. So, what do you expect from Dallas tonight after the tough loss to the Ravens in Dallas on Sunday? So, obviously, a short turnaround for both teams. What is Dallas going to bring tonight? What do they have left?
Well, Dallas needs to become physical because if the Giants come out and just run the ball and get that ball to Malik Neighbors, uh, it could be a long night. Dallas needs to be physical. Dallas needs to play the way they played the fourth quarter, the end of the third quarter, fourth quarter against the Ravens. That
Mm-hmm.
Dallas team is a good team. That other Dallas team that you saw for the first 7 quarters from there against the Saints and against the Ravens, if that Dallas
Mm-hmm.
team right there, they're going to be picking in the top 5.
So, particularly troubling is the Dallas run defense or Dallas against the run in general is they're atrocious. And
Horrible.
stopping the run has got to be easier than stopping the pass. Why is it so difficult for Dallas to stop teams running the football?
The three techniques inside, the inside backers, they got to be physical upon contact. They have to be physical. If they're not physical upon contact, dude, it's done. And what teams are doing now are just powering and getting to the second level. And if those guys in the two tackles aren't playing well, the linebackers ain't nothing they can do. They on a sled. Because if they don't demand doubles up front and they can come and get on the backers, then the running back got 5 yards before he even really, before anything happens. That's what you need to pay attention to. Singletary tonight, 26 for them. They running back. If he comes out getting 5, 6 yards of carry, game over. You can turn the TV on.
That's a problem. You mentioned Malik Neighbors, rookie wide receiver. I like him. Had a rough
Love him.
game 2 weeks. Had a rough game 2 weeks ago. Well, not a rough game. He was having a good game against Washington. He had a bad drop at the very end and allowed Washington to go on a fourth down play. And I think, in hindsight, I don't think if Graham Gano is healthy, I don't think the Giants go for the fourth down there. I think they kick that field goal and not put it in Daniel Jones's hands and then in Malik Neighbors' hands. Malik Neighbors had a ball that was a little low, but he was right there for the catch, and it just hit his hands. He just didn't squeeze it. And frankly, last week he really showed out. On Sunday he really showed out, played great, and I think Dallas might have their hands full on some third and longs, some second and longs, where maybe New York might want to take a shot.
Hey, man, I'm calling it the basement bowl. Whoever loses this game, they're in the basement of the
I love it.
NFC.
It's the basement bowl.
The basement bowl. So, listen, man, Dallas is supposed to win. That don't mean nothing in the NFC East. So,
No.
It's a funny. This year is funny because all these teams are supposed to win. They're not winning. They're not winning. Redskins were supposed to lose to Cincinnati, weren't they? Dallas was supposed to beat the
I
Saints.
thought they should have lost that, but you know what?
Yeah, no.
They put up. I would say this: they put up 38 points, Tony. I mean, if you're gonna put up 38 points, had they lost, I would have said that's not a bad loss.
No, if you put up 38 points and lose, then everybody on defense need to be fired.
Right, but they still nobody was expecting Washington to put up 38 points against anybody, and putting up 38 with a rookie quarterback, I'll take it. I'll take that every day.
Not this year. It's funny year, Dave. The NFL is pretty funny this year.
There were some interesting games last week in terms of what the outcomes were. We talked about that on Monday's show. Now that we're here on Thursday, we're looking at a situation where both teams, Dallas and New York, have to say to themselves, we got nothing to lose tonight. Both teams can say that.
Yeah, man, if Dallas loses, I think it'd be some wholesale changes. Because
would Jerry fire the coach? Let's just get that out in the open. Would he fire McCarthy if they lose tonight?
No, because he's stubborn and he wants to make it seem like he knows what he's doing. But Jerry Jones is the problem with that team. And, he's a great owner, but he's a bad GM. So,
let me ask an even a different question. Why isn't Will McClay, that's Dallas's player personnel guy, even though he's not technically the GM, he basically does all their player evaluations and so on and so forth. Why isn't Will McClay pounding the table that they need to fix that interior defense and get guys in there in that A gap on that defensive line that can stop the run? I mean, it seems it's like there's a refrigerator and there's no bacon and eggs in there. There's no butter. You see what I'm saying? If there's candy, you got the wide receiver, you went out and got a running back, but I don't see the building blocks of what this team would be 5 years from now. Forget about today. You know,
Well,
what's up with this?
well, if Jerry can swallow his pride and make Will McClay the GM, Dallas' whole future would change. But until that happens, dude, we just going through the motions. And the happiest people should be the Giants, the Eagles, and the Commanders, because they're not living up to their potential when they got a GM. It's management. The management part of them is why they're losing, dude. So it is what
I
it
want to
is
go.
with them.
Okay, I want to go in a different direction here. Let's assume that Dallas continues to take a step back in the NFC East this year. Are the Commanders ready to step up and make this division have two teams make the playoffs along with the Eagles?
Yeah, the Commanders would be, but their defense got to get better. If they defense, and mainly the secondary of those guys, if they get better, then they're ready to step up and take it. I mean,
Hmm.
we
Okay,
we on such a
I can
short
dig it.
sample size right now that it's hard.
Right.
Got to give us the Halloween. Don't I always say, give us the Halloween. Give me the Halloween. That
Hmm.
Thursday of Halloween starts the week. Then I can kind of tell who's who. Right now we're September. There's no Super Bowls in September. So get us to Halloween, and then we can kind of tell what's going on.
Hey, before I get you out of here, Tony, I want to ask another question. Uh, Given how the Ravens looked against Dallas, they were just running roughshod, the first three quarters. Uh, they have a game coming up this Sunday. Uh, they're going up to, I think they're going up to Buffalo. No, Buffalo's coming here.
Buffalo's coming
Buffalo's
in.
coming to, yeah, Buffalo's coming to Baltimore on Sunday. That's a pretty big intra-division game.
What? That's a huge
AFC,
game.
AFC North, versus AFC East. Uh, Powerful teams. How do you see that one with the Ravens at 1-2 and the Bills a surprising 3-0?
Well, I think that the Ravens are going to get back to old school football, run the ball, play good defense, because really there's nobody that scares you on Buffalo's team other than the quarterback. You don't. The running backs, the receivers don't scare you, and I think the Ravens going to handle them very well. I,
Mm-hmm.
I I believe the Ravens, because you're just looking at records. The Ravens are once they start to gel in that O line, kind of like the Redskins, because they had new people on the O line. I think the Ravens are going to be a real tough out. I think they're going to be one of those teams that, just like last year, they haven't started even hitting where they're going to be. So I see that game as being 31-20 Ravens.
You think the Ravens can hold the Bills to under 21 and
Yes.
put up 31 on Buffalo?
Yep.
Okay, okay. Hey Cody, if you're on there, clip that one. I want to make sure we check that one when we get in here. When we get in here next week on Monday. Uh, so you're hold up for the game tonight. I don't know where I'm going to watch the game, but what else should we be looking for tonight on the Dallas side of things? What should we be looking for in terms of what's a good sign for Dallas tonight?
Good sign is just the run defense. If Dallas turns them into one dimensional, that's when Dallas is probably the best team in the league. Because at getting to the passer, they're really good at getting to the passer when they make you one dimensional. When you're not one dimensional against Dallas,
Mm-hmm.
oh my God, you will blow them out. I.e., Green
Okay.
Bay, New Orleans, first three quarters with the Ravens. Can't be one dimensional against Dallas. That's when Parsons and those guys and Lawrence and them, they just get to the quarterback so well. You got to be able to run and hold that pass rush down. That is what I'm looking for the first quarter. How many yards per carry
Mm-hmm.
Singletary have? Does Daniel Jones use his legs to minimize that rush? Because as
Mm-hmm.
long as they can do that, they'll be in the game with Dallas and they can beat them.
I have another question for you on an early season game in another division. Uh, let's go up to let's go up north and talk about the Minnesota Vikings, 3-0, going up against the Green Bay Packers. That's going to be, I think, in Lambeau.
Yeah, that's a great game. We're not sure if Jordan Love coming back, but that game is going to set the tempo, getting us over to Halloween. It's a
Yeah,
great game for
yeah.
both teams early, kind of
Hmm.
filling out the division. With Detroit still trying to find themselves. Chicago's very young, but that game right there is going to tell us who's the king of the North in the NFC.
Yeah, I'll be
That's a
watching
big
that one. That's a good game. I want to see that one. That's going to be fun to watch.
that's a big game.
And yeah, so I like in that game, Tony. I'm going to tell you what. Give me the Vikings. I'll take the Vikings in that one.
Yeah, I'm leaning towards the Vikings, but it's outside and it's in Green Bay, and I think Malik Willis and them can pull it out. If Malik Willis has to play, I think the Packers are pretty damn good at home, and I don't know. I mean, those teams like to split.
Hmm.
Usually home and home. So if I had to go, I would take the Packers because it's at home. If it was in Minnesota, the game would be over.
How about that Vikings defense?
Vikings are pretty good on D. Uh, Flores got them playing very well. It's amazing that he took him. While he got a lawsuit against the NFL, he's still defensive coordinator. He's doing a hell of a job with those boys.
Hmm. Yep. All right, TK. That's
All
all
right,
I got
brother.
for you. What you got before we get off of here, man?
Yes, we all had to get through. The game is going to come on, baby. But, hey, man, thanks. We'll see you Monday night. And
Absolutely.
we'll
Hey,
talk to you
enjoy the
about
game,
all the good
everybody.
games. Yeah,
Thanks for joining us.
huh?
Yeah, thanks for joining us to our fans. Everybody hit the like and subscribe button. Hey, thanks to Cody for running the show tonight. Appreciate
I
you
know,
guys.
Cody,
We'll see
get
you on the
better.
next
I
one,
know you're
buddy.
sick, buddy. Get better. We'll talk.
Yeah, get better, Cody. Thanks,
All
bud.
right, brother.
Later.